welcome to The Nation. I'm Jessie Chahal. Today, the spotlight is on Swing for Pink, a powerful initiative that brings golf and breast cancer awareness together in one meaningful cause. Joining us are two incredible women leading this change and this charge. DATO MERINA, Vice President of the Malaysia Golf Association and Chairman of the Women in Golf Charter, as well as Professor Dr. HOONG, Consultant Oncoplastic Breast Surgeon at UMMC. Ladies, welcome to The Nation, and it's definitely a pleasure and an honor to have you here as we talk about something so important as breast cancer, but also opening it up to an initiative that it makes it fun and exciting, a little bit of play, a little bit of awareness with action. Bring us down to it. Driving hope for B40 breast cancer patients. Swing for Pink. Dato, what does this mean for you?
All right. Before I talk about what is Swing for Pink, I like to say I'm from MGA. What is MGA? It's Malaysian Golf Association. They were founded in 1929, and today we are 96 years old. So RNA in Scotland in the year 2018 May, they launched WIGC, which means Women in Golf Charter. Women in Golf Charter simply means creating unity and equality in women. Mm-hmm. And therefore, we are practicing here now.
That's right, really walking the talk, unity and equality for women. Swing for Pink, that's the latest initiative to bring about more awareness and education around breast cancer. Prof, diagnostic tests, they cost around 1,500 ringgit to 5,000. That's often out of reach when we speak about the B40 community as well. What does Swing for Pink mean to you, and what does this initiative, or what's your hope for this initiative?
Actually, I start to engage a lot of community as well as a lot of social team to raise fund for B40 since I think 2019, you know. So during that time, we have patients that they came to us and then with a breast lump, or really just suddenly went for a screening. Mammogram shows some, we call calcium, microcal, which is suspicious. So during that time, they really needs a lot of, we call a lot of investigation, need a mammogram guided biopsy, as well as other things like we have to pick up some tissue from the area that the breast lump to see whether they are dangerous, they are cancer or not. Mm-hmm. So during that time, a lot of them can't really afford the test. So we feel very, very sad during that time. So that is the reason from there onwards, and my colleague, Professor Aisha, she also engaged a team that they really said, why don't you start a fund called B40 Diagnostic Fund?
Mm-hmm. And so that's where we are here today.
Yes.
Now, breast cancer is the most common cancer among Malaysian women, yet many delay for a few reasons, and especially here in terms of affordability to get early screening. And until it's too late, because in fact, 50% of breast cancer cases in Malaysia are detected at stage 3 or 4. Dato, you of course are well known for your work in women's leadership and as well as sport. What moved you to take up this issue of breast cancer and health equality?
All right. Actually, what happened, my team and I organized for 2 years, 5 games in a row for POCON series. And we promoted them, and of course, there was, in the end of the day, there was always a donation for the underprivileged. Now, this came to mind was because through a very good mutual friend, she came and said, why don't we do something for PROF's unit? Well, I jumped into it without thinking much, but I took it, and I take it, and I'm taking it now again as a noble task. Now, as a woman and as a leader, I've seen too many people suffering, silence due to lack of access. I believe no one should be denied of the chance to detect cancer simply because they can't afford it.
That's right. Prof, just to turn to you, help our viewers understand what's involved in terms of an early diagnostic process and why are women delaying it, And I guess the big question is, why is it so costly?
So now what we are looking at is we want to detect cancer early, you know. So we don't want to wait until the lump is felt by our patient or our, nation female, you know. If we felt the lump means minimum of stage 1 or 2. If we can chase the cancer before they present with the symptoms, then the patient survival is great. It's nearly like a normal people after their treatment, and then their survival is like you and me. We like don't have any disease at all. So why can't we achieve that, you know? So, but there is a lot of barrier, a lot of challenges in diagnosis, because diagnosis need 3 parts. First part is checking the breast. If we cannot see anything, we cannot feel anything, then the next thing is through screening of mammogram. If we can invite our ladies to come over after 40 to 50 years old, get them to have a mammogram. If we detect all the calcium, that is a very early cancer. If we can detect that, but we come with a problem, you know. The problem is when we can't feel the thing, the calcium is inside the breast, we need a special type of diagnosis, special type of investigation, which is we need a stereo vacuum assisted biopsy, which is cost, like what you say, high cost. As compared to normal, just pick up the tissue, it costs nearly less than 500, you know, nearly 300 or 200, you can done it. Yeah. But this one, you want to detect early cancer. You want to improve their survival. That is the tricky part here.
That's where it becomes tricky. Dato, you said that this is about empowering women, not just through golf, but through health. And when you swing your clubs this time, golf clubs, you're also swinging for hope. Walk us through a little bit more about the Swing for Pink initiative and how you aim to make it different for women facing financial barriers.
Okay, swing, as you know, in the game of golf, we swing our clubs. And why pink? Because pink is breast cancer. Now, what is Swing for Pink about? It is not a golf event, it is a movement. And we are raising funds with UMMC to help the underprivileged people, women, to get their breast cancer diagnostics they need and sparkling new conversations around women's health. For women, to women, be women, and we are women.
That's right. You also say that this isn't just charity, it's a lifeline.
Yes.
It is the PPUM or UMMC B40 Breast Cancer Diagnostic Fund. That's the heart of the campaign through a series of a few events that are happening on ground as well. We'll come to those a little bit. But Prof, back to early diagnosis, you say it changes everything. And delay sometimes is not just due to ignorance, but of course, as we've addressed, cost. And through this initiative, it is also the hope that no woman will be left behind because of financial, sort of a barrier. What kind of emotional and mental burden do women that you have seen that come from the lower income brackets face when they try to make this life decision?
I think what we are seeing now is more and more women start working and they become the main force in the family, you know. And a lot of them have to work and as well as taking care of family, children. So when they feel something, when they have some abnormal feeling, they just sometimes they have to ignore because they got no time or they just not focusing, you know.
Right.
The awareness is so crucial until we as a part of the team, the force, the task force, you really have to make them aware. And sometimes we say, why we only do all this Pink October awareness during October,
That's
you know?
right, when it should
Actually, we need to do regularly and, more regular and frequent, you know?
We also understand that lifestyle and stress is one of the main or major factors towards this sort of illnesses as well, or diseases. You said earlier abnormal feelings. Walk us through some of the, besides the lump, there's other symptoms as well that may not be picked up on.
Yeah, a lot of time they think painful lump is cancer. Actually, painful lump is not cancer. Normally, the lump with suspicious lump, not painful, no feeling at all, or they might come with some fluid coming out from the nipple, which is blood stain. That one is very worrying. Or sometimes when the disease is too advanced, they can get some lump at the armpit. They can get something that like bleeding, ulcer or wound on the breast itself. And sometimes you can see the skin of the breast become something like a, orange skin. We
orange
call
peel.
orange peel. That one is even more advanced, know.
Well, early detection is one of the major objectives of the campaign, and of course is encouraged profusely on all levels for all communities. Dato, back to you. As you said earlier, this is not about just golf, but golf and health awareness, they seem like very different worlds. And I want to just tap in a little bit here about lifestyle and stress as well. If I could share, you
Certainly.
are at the wonderful age of 72, vibrant, vivacious as well. What has led to sort of that almost carefree demeanor that you have? And do you think that this has also helped you be young and not just young at heart, but even outwardly?
Okay, golf and health awareness, two different subjects, entities, but they can always marry together and make one. Now, golf builds confidence, community, and resilience. The same values we need when facing health issues. It's a unique way, but powerful way, to connect women and encourage self-care.
I think the word unique is definitely one that needs to be underlined here, of bridging two worlds and coming together for a good cause, a cause that just does not need to be amplified in 1 month of the year, as you've mentioned, Prof. As we look a little bit closer into our topic today as well, in your experience working at UMMC with B40 patients, how does financial assistance, even a small amount, impact life-saving care?
It's really make a person different when we have something that in-house, Actually, a lot of fund was available around, like Zakat, then other NGOs. They do provide funds to a lot of B40 patients for diagnosis, for treatment, all that. But we have an issue that we need to chase our time, because delayed diagnosis is one of the cause of advanced disease. So we need to sort of like, when the patient come to us, if can, same day we want to do a mammogram, ultrasound, biopsy, if possible. If the disease is so difficult that have abnormal findings, then of course we need other tests like MRI, which is even costly, or other things. So if we can do then mammogram, ultrasound and biopsy same day, then it really changed a people's life, But sometimes when we provide this service, but it comes with a cost, then patient, if really they cannot afford, then we have to refer them to other center, So it will get delayed, or when we refer them to social outside or social welfare, they also need time.
With campaigns like this and initiatives, Prof, it is also trying to push that status quo to say that change needs to happen by way of awareness and education as well. Dato, what do you think needs to change, whether it's policy or society or even just our mindset, so that health awareness, especially about breast cancer, which is the #1 killer for women in Malaysia, so that we all collectively become more proactive rather than reactive?
All right. I should talk about dignity and access first, before I go to proactive and reactive. Now, healthcare is a right, not a luxury. We are not just fundraising, we are advocating for every woman's right to timely, affordable, and respectful care. Now, coming back to the questions on the proactive and all this, we need open conversations, everyone that we meet. Better access to subsidized screenings, and a shift in mindset. Health should be a priority and not an afterthought.
A priority indeed. We're talking about Swing for Pink. It's an initiative. It's a multi-pronged campaign that's going to blend not just a purpose with play, but also action with awareness. And of course, we hope that through this session, we'll be able to extend that bit of education as well to create more understanding about why early detection is so important and how we are all stakeholders in such issues. We can all come together, no matter if from different worlds as well. Now, in conjunction with the tournament, there's also going to be a breast cancer awareness talk that's going to be held on the 6th of July of 2025, and that is open to all. Prof, that will be led by you. Walk us through a little bit about why that talk is going to be important.
I think the talk is one thing, but media is really important, like Bernama, currently like helping us to push out this awareness, what do you call, message, you know. This is very, very crucial because we need them, we need your, you know, because with your, people start listening regularly, what is this, you know, breast cancer, you need to detect early, you know, early detection save life, you know. All these things is so crucial that people never registered without your, you know. If they have the registered that type of message, when they feel something abnormal, they will go to see any doctors. No, the doctors should also aware that we need to send this lady to straight away go a mammogram, ultrasound, and get the diagnosis if really abnormal. You know, all this media is so important. Your role is really, really, to us, you are our spokesman. You know.
That's true. We certainly need you to be our
really
spokesman.
need you.
On behalf of media, thank you very much. But I think it's both ways. We also need leaders and professionals like you both to, you know, really push forward that initiative and also that concerted effort. It's inspiring overall to see that despite numerous other campaigns that are constantly ongoing and other initiatives that you know, UMMC and of course the WIGC have come together to ensure that this is not just any initiative, it's big in its messaging as well. And I want to come down to that. How can we encourage, Dato', corporate partners and social clubs and community leaders to really step forward and contribute meaningfully to a larger conversation that benefits the masses, benefits the nation?
All right. Firstly, we can start by funding campaigns, educating their networks, offering real support. Whether through policies or grassroots action, everyone has a role to play. For instance, like companies can help us to organize seminars and talks. And I believe Prof C and I will be ever willing to be present to explain, to help, and to enlighten them. You see, we need everybody to play a role to make it a success and to really help the underprivileged women.
That's true. Now, Prof, just coming back to your talk that's going to be held on the 6th of July, there are some key facts or perhaps some myths that you'll be addressing as well. Perhaps we can get a little bit out of you today to share with our viewer.
So the talk is always we want to educate our public about how to detect breast cancer, what is important to know, what is the facts and myth, you know. We have so many myths around talking about breast cancer, whether wearing an underwire bra can cause cancer, whether a lot of myth actually, but they're all myth. So a lot of things that the important is you don't trust too much about all this myth, but you need to take action, you know.
I want to go back to...
If you're not sure,
I want to go back to myths, and I think this is a question for both of you. There's a lot of misinformation that's happening on social media, especially around cancer and, you know, sort of health remedies that you can do. It pops up on my feed.
But I think
almost
now
every other
social
day.
media is very good already.
They
They are so good now that they are very proper in bringing up a lot of good information for us.
Okay, so I just wanted to pose this question because we've got some feedback on this. How trustworthy are some of these home remedies and, you know, vitamins and supplements and so on and so forth? But also for someone like you who's, you know, scrolling and enjoying that content, is that something that resonates, or do you take that home and let's try that, because I think a lot of people are subjected to a lot of the suggestions made on social media about health.
Yeah, to speak about health, you have to express yourself, talk to everybody, and open up the subject. You see, a lot of people are very shy to talk about it. That's where we play our roles, open up, talk to them, encourage them if they're not well, whom to see, Don't feel bad. It's fate. Accept it, and you'll be healed.
That's right.
Hopefully.
You've mentioned earlier that you've seen a lot of people that have had to go through some amount of suffering as well with your club and the association. Has anyone come up to you and opened up about some of their health issues, or perhaps even with their journey in cancer or breast
That's
cancer?
why I said, till today, nobody has approached us. That's why I feel that, we should be there to open up to anybody, all races, even men,
That's right. That's
Yes,
also good to bring men into that conversation. This is an open invitation, and for all those interested to know a little bit more about breast cancer, the Diagnostic Fund for B40, and also about the importance of early detection, that there will be a breast cancer awareness talk happening on the 6th of July. But it doesn't just stop there, Dato'. There's also going to be a tournament, a Swing for Pink charity golf tournament that's taking place on the 25th of September. And golfers and corporate supporters can take part. There are a few packages as well. So exciting for everyone.
Yes.
On all layers.
Yes, it will be a day, it's a big carnival, a day full of events. Now, why we have, to raise funds for PPUM through our team, Swing for Pink, that's one entity. The other one is we have to raise extra money by organizing a golf tournament on 25th September at Kota Palmai. And the proceeds of this will go to PPUM and its tax exemption. This is where we try and hope to raise further money, more money.
That's right. Prof, how can we, and especially those who are perhaps outside of the healthcare field, help and come forward to support more equitable access to diagnostics and treatment for all women in Malaysia? When you sit at your desk at the hospital, what are you thinking? What must be done?
I think working together, cooperation together is very crucial. Because before this, a lot of people asking me, why you need so much of money? Why do you need all these things? Because nowadays, we got so many advancement in technology. We are chasing the early cancer. It's not a common type that you just do a biopsy, that's it, We are looking for early cancer. We need MRI. We need a lot of investigation that
should be
different from the norm. All this is helping our women to detect the cancer early, then we can treat them early and they can survive like all of us, Yeah, that is very, very crucial.
We need to be talking to each other
more. And a lot of
more.
research we are looking at to reverse the cancer, to change the cancer become normal, meaning we don't want cancer, we want to reverse it, A lot of new technology, new research is coming, All this really need a lot of funding to work for it, yeah.
Well, finally, Dato', as someone who regularly engages with diverse groups of women, what message would you give to those who may think breast cancer won't happen to me?
Okay, all right. That it grows beyond a single event, into a sustained platform of awareness, access and support, especially for women who are often overlooked.
I want to thank you both for coming in and sharing this message, but also spearheading this community initiative that will change the lives of people. Swing for Pink, that's a charity initiative dedicated to raising funds for the PPUM B40 Breast Cancer Diagnostic Fund and raising awareness about the importance of early detection as well. This is more than just a golf campaign, it's a nationwide call to action, and you are part of it. Well, that's all for this edition of The Nation. I'm JESSY CHAHAL. Thanks for tuning in, and follow us for more in-depth conversations on topics that matter. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
bersemula. Sumpahku akan setia kepada negara. Rukun dalam jiwaku, bebaskan akal mindamu, perjuangkan keranamu, lebarkan gelombang aku, yeah. Benderamu, perpaduan jalannya untuk teguh, sampai masa kita semua akan tetap maju.